Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Peace be with you, and welcome to the 20th night of Ramadan, and we continue our exploration of the Quran as we select verses every night from what we read and listen to from the Imams. Today the surah that we listen to is Surah Al-Qasas, the stories. And in this surah, it is focused on the story of Musa, the great prophet, and Pharaoh, or Fir'aun, the one who was known as a tyrant who killed children and abused his power and claimed that he was God. So the surah begins by saying, نتلو عليك من نبأ موسى وفرعون بالحق لقوم يؤمنون. We are reading for you from the story of Musa and Fir'aun in truth for people who believe. In the outset, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us that Fir'aun claimed that he is God, and he had reached a position of transgression that was unacceptable, where he was killing the children of Israel, and he was abusing the women. And that's where Allah declared that he was going to send someone to bring dignity back to the children of Israel, and it was the story of Musa. The story begins with Musa's birth, where Allah inspired the mother of Musa when he was born, or before he was born, that when he is born, that if she's afraid for his safety, because Pharaoh ordered his soldiers, his police, to kill any newborn baby, male child that was born among the children of Israel who lived in Egypt. And she was afraid that her son Musa would be taken and would be slaughtered. So Allah instructed her, take care of him. If you were approached, if you became scared for his safety, then put him in a box, throw him into the river, the Nile, and we will take care of him. Do not be afraid, and we will land him to exactly the hands of his enemies. So here the scene is set for us, where indeed the police comes and they wanted the child of this mother, who was the mother of Musa, and she decided to throw him immediately in a box in the river, and the river took him right to the banks of the palace of Pharaoh, where right there the wife of Pharaoh was at the bank of the river, and she saw the box with the baby in it, and instantly the love of the baby fell in her heart, and she said, retrieve the baby, save the baby, and bring it to me. And she told her husband, Pharaoh the tyrant, said, I love this baby. I know you're killing all the babies, but this is mine. لا تقتلوه عسى أن ينفعنا أو نتخذه ولدا. Do not kill him. Maybe he will benefit us, or we will take him as a child. Because Pharaoh was childless. And this is the interesting thing, that indeed Musa was a great benefit to the wife of Pharaoh, who herself accepted later on, years later, when Musa became a prophet, believed in him and accepted him, and Allah mentioned her in the Quran as she made her famous supplication, dua, for Allah to protect her from Pharaoh and his bad deeds. But when that happened, there was a vacuum in the heart of the mother of Musa. She was feeling the pain, and she almost divulge the secret that she was the mother, but Allah gave her the strength to be patient, and she told his sister, his older sister, to go trace him, find where he landed. So his sister found that he was actually now in the hands of Fir'aun and his family at the palace. So what happened next was very interesting, that Allah made Musa refuse all the women suckling. He did not want to eat. He did not want to feed. As a baby, it became a big concern to the wife of Fir'aun that this baby is not accepting to breastfeed from any of the women. And here his sister, steps in and she says, I will guide you to a household that will take care of him for you, and they will raise him for you as you like. And Allah said, we brought him back to his mother so that she would be comforted and she would not be sad, and to know that the promise of Allah is the truth. So look at this magnificent plan from Allah. So Fir'aun sees in the dream that someone will be born among the children of Israel, who will grow up to be his enemy and who will end and destroy his kingdom. So Fir'aun decides to kill all the baby children, all the baby males. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala uses that same plan, that same plot against Fir'aun, where with that suggestion to the mother of Musa to put the baby in the box and let it go in the river. Okay, so he had the chance to land at the bank of the palace of Fir'aun, where he is picked up by the household, the family of Fir'aun himself. And now the family of Fir'aun are taking care of Musa, who eventually will be ending the kingdom of Fir'aun. And they're paying for his mother to live in the palace, to breastfeed him and to take care of him and to raise him for them. How amazing. This is the amazing plan that Allah had it. So sometimes when you wonder, how does Allah, do things? Well, in these very mysterious, beautiful ways. Until Musa reached his full strength, his full age, around 30 years old, Allah gave him wisdom and gave him physical strength. And he entered the city one day, and he was a witness to a quarrel that's happening, a fight between one Egyptian and one person from Bani Israel. And Musa unintentionally was trying to end that fight, that quarrel, and he ended up knocking down the Egyptian dead. And Musa realized he just killed a person. So he instantly repented to Allah and asked for forgiveness. And Allah, knowing that it wasn't his intention to kill, so he forgave him. The very next day, Musa was being called by the same person from his people, from Bani Israel, for help, and he almost killed another person. At that moment, a person came to him telling him that a group of Egyptians are looking for him to kill him. So he gave him advice to run away. Indeed, Musa runs away, and he went east towards the city of Midian, and there he met the Prophet Shu'aib, and he was his guest, and because he provided service to his family, to his daughters, Shu'aib offered him to marry one of his daughters. And there Musa got married to the daughter of the great Prophet Shu'aib in the city of Midian, and spent 10 years there in service of the Prophet Shu'aib before taking his family and heading back west towards Egypt. And when he was on his way back by Mount Sinai, in the Sinai desert, he saw a fire, and when he approached the fire, he had his meeting with Allah, where Allah spoke to him from the burning bush and commissioned him as a great prophet at the age of 40. This is one of those beautiful stories about this great prophet Musa alayhi salam, the details of his birth, his youth, his adventures, and his marriage, and then his commission as prophet. So I hope you enjoyed it. Read this story, Surah Al-Qasas, and inshallah we'll see you tomorrow. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Peace be with you.